And now we move on off topics. In Palestine, after the ceasefire deal came into action, displaced civilians returned to destroyed homes in the Gaza Strip to try and rebuild their life. From Al-Mawasi, our collaborator Huda Hegazi, tell us more.
Me he trasladado a la zona de Al-Mawasi en el centro de la franja de Gaza.
I'm currently in the Al-Mawasi area in the center of the Gaza Strip, a coastal area which is full of gas and refugee camps where people evacuated to during this genocidal war. After the ceasefire, when I came here, I thought I was going to find people taking down their tents and going back to their homes, like for example in the southern area, in Rafah, where the army has withdrawn. But unfortunately, I found that despite the ceasefire, despite the end of the war, people are in the same situation. I mean, the tents are still there. I didn't find an image of people returning to their homes, at least in the center and south of the Gaza Strip, and the humanitarian situation literally is the same. Even when I arrived at this camp, I met a family coming from the Rafah area, specifically from the south of the Gaza Strip, who today went to see their home, or at least what is left of it, and literally found nothing of their home. Now we will talk to them so they can tell us what they will do in this case, where will they move to now, and whether they will return to their destroyed home or remain in this place.
En este caso, donde seguirá y si volverá a su vivienda destruida o permanecerá en este lugar.
Today, when you went to Rafah, what did you find? I found a lot of destruction in Rafah. Even my house was destroyed. We had 2 houses and both of them are destroyed. I tried to take out some of our things, but there was hardly anything left. We were in shock with what we saw. Even my father was going to faint from what he saw. He could not assimilate why our 2 houses were destroyed. When you saw that you had no house, what are you going to do now? Are you going to stay here or what? I don't know what we're going to do, and we don't know where we're going to go. We're going to wait to see what is going to happen, and we will do the same thing that people are going to do. I mean, the war is over, but life will not go on the same. Yes, of course, the war is over, but the situation is still very, very difficult, and there are still very difficult days ahead for us.
Como nos ha asegurado, este joven asegura que a pesar de haber finalizado la guerra, la situación humanitaria y catastrófica que están viviendo los gazatíes es la misma.
As this young man has assured us, despite the end of the war, the humanitarian and catastrophic situation that the Gazans are living is the same. There is still a long process of reconstruction, there is still a long process for the people to know what they're going to do. We were saying before that yes, the war is over, at least the bombings are over, the death is over, but nevertheless, now the people will have to face a much more difficult war, that of returning to life. The Gazans need a lot of time to return at least a little bit to what their life was before. The people, as we can see, are still in the same condition, living in tents, in inhuman conditions.
Viviendo en tiendas de campaña en una situación catastrófica sin tener un lugar en donde poder refugiarse, sin tener una vivienda,
without having a place where they can take shelter, without having access to a house, and therefore that return that everybody had in mind, unfortunately so far, will not be possible. People will continue to live in these camps for a long time, or they will even remove their tents from this place and install them on top of the ruins of what used to be their main home. Therefore, life in shelters, in tents, will continue being a reality in the Gaza Strip for many years to come.
La vida en refugios y en tiendas de campaña seguirá permaneciendo en la franja de Gaza durante largos años.